All right. Good morning. Wednesday morning. I actually did the what did you buy Wednesday, Tuesday night, because I knew I wasn't going to have time to do it this morning because I'm working as usual. Anyway, community question asked by Jason over at Blue Ox Model Shop, which I thought was a good one, was about competing in model car contests, to build to compete in model car contests. And you guys have probably heard me say it before. I haven't done a contest in, I don't know, 25 or 30 years, really. I haven't competed. And when we did go back in the day, myself and a group of my local friends, it was like one big party for us. I mean, we took a ton of stuff. We'd go down to West Palm Beach and take a ton of models with us. And at the time, I had one good friend who's passed away, who built incredible drag racing models. Another one of my buddies, Terry, had roundy round cars, NASCAR, and stock cars that were just unbelievable. He doesn't build anymore. My buddy Stan was a show rod guy like me and loved Tom Daniel kits. So we toted a ton of that stuff down there, and Deals wheels, the stuff everybody hated, because we literally went to one of those contests one time, and the theme was show rods. And one of the guys putting on the show got up on the stage and said, I hate these goddamn things. I don't know why anybody builds this stuff. So, that was the kind of stuff that that bothered me. But I think the thing that bothered me most, a lot of good model builds. Even back then, there was a lot of good builders, good clean builders. But I remember a guy having one of the big, large-scale Tamiya Formula One cars, and it was beautiful. But it was built straight out of the box. And, he kind of paraded around all day, at the show. And then you had some guys there with a lot of scratch-built stuff that was really, really good, drag cars and other stuff. And that guy ended up, not placing in the show. And I remember him literally making such a scene, pitching a fit, boxing up his model and storming out of the place, yelling, never come back to one of these shows again. And that's the kind of stuff that just is a big turnoff for me with contests. And the other thing is hurt feelings. So a lot of people get their feelings really hurt because they were really excited about something that they had built, and just for whatever reason didn't go over well, or they didn't place, and really got their feelings hurt. And that always really bothered me. And I think that's the thing with competing in any kind of sport, or anything that's a contest in general, whether it's sports or car shows or whatever. I mean, there's always somebody pissed and somebody getting their feelings hurt. And I don't know, maybe I don't have that that urgency to compete anymore. When I was young, I was a competitive skateboarder and did a lot of contests and traveled all over the place and really enjoyed it. And that's what my life kind of revolved around at a very early age. And then I think after a big letdown, and then you realize that you're kind of being used by the people that are sponsoring you, and by some of the companies, you kind of get the big picture. It's like, what, I need to go back to my roots and do this for me, and hell with this stuff. And that's what I did with skateboarding. I left the competitive part of it, went back to skating in empty swimming pools, sometimes by myself for hours, and just kind of lose myself in there. Back then we called it soul skating. Just find yourself, do it for yourself and your buddies, and that's what we did. There was a small group of us that hung out for years and did that together. So, it's kind of the same way with model building. I've got some friends that I've had for many, many years who I love to death, and we just have fun bouncing off each other, building stuff, sending pictures or whatever. And the YouTube thing is great too. I mean, I've just really got into that the last year with you guys, but it's enjoyable watching all of you guys build. There's so many good builders out there, so many great competitive builders. I look at these pictures at NNL and these other big shows, and I'm blown away at the quality of the work that's out there now. So I really enjoy looking at all that. But as far as competing, I don't know, I just don't have that desire. I'd like to go to a show again, I think, just to hang out. I've been looking at the videos of that Acme show, which I know some of the guys I know go up there, and they're like, you need to come up here. A lot of YouTubers up here, a lot of good builders. So that would be fun, take some models and go up there. And from going to one of those contests in West Palm, that's where I got to be friends with Sonny DePalma. Sonny was just there displaying his work, and hooked up with him, and we became very good friends for many, many years till he passed away. And he was my mentor and my good friend. And he'd always just say to me, my stuff's all shit, which it wasn't. It was off the charts. But that's kind of the way I feel with my stuff. It's not competitive. I have a good time building. I build for myself, and I enjoy looking at it when I'm done. But when I'm done, I kind of move on to the next thing. And, that's it. So for me, the competition isn't a reason to build models. It's more about that camaraderie with all you guys. And it's nice getting compliments and stuff, but it's fun to just build. And I learn something all the time from you guys. New builders, old builders, always picking up tips. They're like, oh, I wish I would have done that, or oh, that's really cool, I like the way they did that. So for me too, I'm really just glad to see the hobby thriving, because it wasn't that many years ago. Model building was just going out the window. It was just all of us old guys, a small group of us old guys that hung around like Dave Show, Rod Rally, and Hobby Talk, and a few of the other sites. And it was just a lot of us older dudes. And now you got a lot of young people, a lot of exciting kits coming out, so much more available for building, especially with the 3D printing stuff. So a lot more people involved. So I like it. I like that the hobby's thriving again. So that's what it's all about for me, to answer the question about competing or not competing, or building your models to compete in contests. I don't do it. That's me. If that's what you're doing, that's fine. If you want to build and compete, I had a box full of trophies. I had a ton of modeling trophies from back then, and I got tired of moving them around and wiping them off, and I just took them all and donated them. I actually donated him to a guy that I grew up with, who promotes surfing contests for young children, and he takes old trophies and repurposes them, change the heads off them, take the car off, put on a surfer figure, and clean them all up and fix them, paint them, whatever he had to do. So that's where all my trophies went. I donated them all, which to me was a great cause, because I still love surfing. Love seeing young kids out there, just like with the modeling, got all these young kids surfing. So same thing, same exact thing. So that's where my head's at. I'm going to do one of these group builds, which I haven't been doing, but I'm going to build this drag car for one of the group builds, because it just happened to work out that way, and hopefully I'm feeling well enough to do it after I have my surgery and stuff. But that's pretty much where I'm at. So but do what's good for you as far as the contest thing, and enjoy yourself. That's the main thing. If you're not having fun, it's not worth doing. So have a good time. Don't make it a chore. Don't put deadlines on yourself. Don't put stress on yourself to make it perfect. I mean, my models, they're far from perfect. There's some shit on everything I build. There's either a gnat stuck in the paint, or just like with this truck I'm working on now, I had some stencil work that got some bad spots on it, because I haven't done stencils in years. So just little things, but it's okay. It's all right. I mean, nobody's perfect. Nothing's perfect. So that's just the way it is. But main thing is just have a good time, enjoy yourself. So that's all I got to say about that. So I will see you again real soon.